Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to be taking you along as I cook some holiday treats for our youth group. I'm going to be making ooey gooey butter cookies Christmas style, and I'll also be making Oreo balls with my own special twist on them. So follow along as we get these recipes done. I'm also wearing my ugly Christmas sweater and my ugly Christmas outfit. We're having an ugly Christmas sweater party at our youth group at this night, so I hope you guys all enjoyed this. All of the recipes will be listed down below for you guys to enjoy. First off, I'm going to start with my butter and my cream cheese, and I'm just going to blend this together. You want to make sure that you leave out your butter and your cream cheese for a good little bit, just so that they're not too cold. You want them to be room temperature. I'm also adding 1 tablespoon of vanilla. Once you have that all softened together, you add in 1 egg, blend that up as well, and then you'll be dumping in your cake mix. I chose to do the Funfetti holiday cake mix because it had green and red sprinkles to just give it more of a holiday feel, but you can use yellow cake, chocolate cake, strawberry cake, whatever is your favorite, and make your own special twist for these cookies. As you can see here, I'm just picking up as I go. I make this a life motto for me and my family as we're cooking in the kitchen, to clean as you go. That way you're not left with a huge mess at the end for you to clean up. Now I'm just mixing everything together to make sure that it's blended well enough, and then I'll be putting this in our refrigerator to let it chill for about an hour. Now I'm going to be moving on to my second item, which is homemade Oreo balls. All you do is take an entire pack of Oreos, put them in a food processor, and crush them up. If you don't have a food processor, you can do this yourselves with a mallet, or you can just put them in a Ziploc bag and crush them around. After you get them blended really well, you're going to take 1 package of cream cheese, slice it up into 4 pieces or even smaller, and you're going to blend that all up as well. And this is the consistency that it should look like when you're all done. I have a little bit of clumps left, so I'm just going to take out the food processing blade and scrape off what's on there, and then just kind of hand mix it to make sure that it's blended really well. Next, I'm just going to be taking these and rolling them into small balls. These are about the size of a tablespoon. So if you have a tablespoon scoop, measuring scoop, you can use that to kind of measure it out for you. But if not, you can just kind of eye them and make them as big or as small as you would like, because these are not going to be baked. They're just going to be chilled. So this is super easy for you to just eyeball and make them however you want them. Now I'm just going to be putting these in our refrigerator for 30 minutes. Next, I'm going to be making the chocolate topping for these Oreo balls. I see a lot of people just use the standard oatmeal bark or white chocolate or milk chocolate, and this isn't like originally what I was going to do. I went into Target with all intentions of using white chocolate, but they were completely sold out. So as I was checking out, I saw a huge box of the Hersheys Cookie and Cream bars, so I decided to grab some of these. I got 10 of them, but I only used about 7 or 8 of them in this bowl. I did have a little bit of the white chocolate melting candies at our house that I added in here just to make sure it wasn't too cookies and creamish. So I really like how this turned out. It was a different taste than a lot of people usually have with their Oreo balls, but I absolutely loved it. I am a huge fan of these Hershey Cookies and Cream bars, so it was a real hit at our party. Once I had them all broken into pieces, I added in the little bit of the white chocolate melting candies that I had, and then I just turned my setting on to melt. If you don't have melt on your oven, you can always just put it on low and just watch it as it begins to melt and stir it thoroughly throughout the process. If you've been watching my videos previously, you will have seen that I am in love with the Miss Meyer's multi-surface cleaning spray. The Acorn Spice is my #1 favorite, but in this one, I'm using the Iowa Pine. I've been using this all through December, and I'm loving the smell. It makes your whole house smell like a Christmas tree. So if you don't use Mrs. Meyer's multi-surface cleaner, make sure you run and go grab you this limited smell. They only put this out during the holidays, so go and grab them before they're gone. Now that my chocolate has melted, I'm going to take my Oreo balls out of the refrigerator, and here I'm just using a skewer, and I'm just dipping them in the chocolate and mixing them all in there. At the end of this, once I have them all dipped, I will take a spoon, and what's ever left of the chocolate, I just try to coat the top to make them look more like a truffle than a buckeye. When you make buckeyes, you kind of leave a little part at the top where the peanut butter shows, but with these, you want them to look more like a truffle where they're completely covered. Once you're all done with coating them with your chocolate, place them back in your refrigerator for another 30 minutes. Or you can even wait an hour just to make sure they're extra solid. Now I'm just going to be removing my cookie batter, and I'm going to be rolling these into 1-inch balls as well, or 1 tablespoon. These you kind of want to try to keep around the same size so that they all can cook thoroughly at the same size. If you make them really big and some really small, the smaller ones will obviously cook faster. So try to keep these all around the same size. Once you have them rolled up, you want to dip them in powdered sugar and make sure that they're coated really nicely and that the powdered sugar is all across the entire surface. You want to try and do this as quickly as you can. The dough does not stay cold in your hands because obviously your hands are warm. So try to do this as quick as you can so that dough can stay as cold as it can and not get room temperature, because if not, it will begin to get super sticky and really messy. As you're rolling out this dough, you want to make sure that you go ahead and preheat your oven for 350 degrees. Once you have them placed in your oven, you want to set it on 8 to 10 minutes. I always go with the lesser time just to check them. You never want to put them at the max time because they could burn. So always do the least amount of time and just check them periodically until they're done. When they are all done, they will look puffy like this, and the bottoms will be a nice golden brown. If you don't have that nice golden brown look on the bottom, go ahead and put them back in your oven for another minute or two until you get that golden brown look, because you don't want them to be too ooey gooey. You want them to be just gooey enough. Now I'm just going to let these cool off while I clean up around the kitchen and do my dishes. Lastly, I'm just going to be loading everything into the dishwasher. this dishwasher doesn't get completely filled. I just fill it up with what little dishes I had, and throughout the rest of the day I'll fill this up and then start it. But I've noticed that I have had a few new subscribers, and I just wanted to go ahead and give you guys a shout out and say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for subscribing and for viewing my videos. I started this about 4 months ago on a whim, thinking that I could make these videos and help inspire moms and women out there, to help motivate them to clean their homes, to organize, to do all of the things that involve homemaking. And I've so enjoyed doing this process, and I thank you guys so much for following along with me. My name is Jessica Osborne, and I've created this wonderful community on YouTube called Born to Organize, and I'm so thankful for you guys. I live in South Carolina with my husband Tyler and my 4 kids, Ellie, Emery, River, and Indy. My oldest, Ellie, she is 6. I have twins, River and Emery. They are about to be 5. And then my baby girl, Indy, she is 2. Like I said, if you're new here, make sure you go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and like this video and comment down below who you are and where you're from. I would love to get to know you and chat more about cleaning and organizing and all things homemaking with you. Now that my dishes are done, it is time to take my Oreo balls out of the refrigerator, and they turned out so nicely, and I am in love with this flavor and the differentness that the cookies and cream bars make for these Oreo balls, and I really think you guys are going to love it. They were a big hit at our party, and I will continue to make them this way from now on. Now that my cookies have cooled off, I'm going to be removing them and placing them into a pan for me to take to our party. Whenever you're taking these off of the tray, try and use a spatula, because like I said, these are really gooey and you want to make sure that they don't break. So it's best to use a spatula when removing them from a tray. That is going to be all for today's video. I thank you guys so much for tuning in each week as I upload new videos for you guys. Stay tuned for later on this coming week for my part 3 of my kitchen reorganization, and many more videos throughout the rest of December. I'm so excited to share those with you guys. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe, like, comment below, and turn on that notification bell to be notified when all of my new videos are posted. And I will see you guys all later this coming week. Bye!